Hello Lex, I am back in Manchester. Whoop. So Thursday night, got back from a nice few days at home where I did my motorbike test, which I was told about in the last video. Yeah, got back home Thursday night. It was a wonderful Friday I had yesterday because about 4 of my mates came up from Bedford. We went to a gig. It was Imagine Dragons gig and it was amazing. You went to the Elijah's gig last night, which I've heard was really good. So you know, both of us getting the music scene. I think this deserves a bit of music. Right, yeah, so both went to gigs last night, and I got to say, Imagine Dragons was amazing. It was so much fun. It was in a place called the Ruby Lounge in Manchester, which is quite a good venue. And I was sort of thinking last night, why do we pay to go to gigs? I mean, if I'm going to go to a gig, I'm happy to pay, but why do I want to go to a gig? And it's quite an interesting question, because you could listen to this music in your living room, in your bedroom, anywhere you're going to hang out with your mates. I mean, why can't you just listen to the music there on your speakers? But we don't do that. Instead, we like going out to these venues which have very expensive drinks and cost a lot more to get into than it would do to buy the music, which you could then listen to over and over again. And I reckon the main reason for this is excitement, the energy, and actual performance of it. When you're listening to music, you don't see how awesome the drummer is having such an awesome time. Because on stage, the drummer is definitely the most excited person in the world. He can move all his limbs about as much as he wants, making as much noise as he can, and hopefully he'll get in time to sing. No offense to any drummers out there, but that's what it looks like. And it just must be so much fun. And to see him doing that on stage, sweat shooting everywhere, the drummers. And then you've got the lead singer, who's often the front man or woman of the band. Sorry for getting this. I'm not sexist, don't you judge me. You got the singer who's also so excited and pumping his voice the entire way. And last night in Imagine Dragons, he was also doing percussion. It was brilliant. He had this giant bass drum, like, look at my posters over there. Imagine there's a third poster going along to that width, and then imagine them going up one poster as well, covered up that much area. So 2 posters by 3 posters, that kind of size. Oh dear, my bass is falling. He was also doing other percussion. He had a snare drum as well with him, and he was just hammering away at that. So basically, if you're doing some form of drumming on stage, you're going to be having a good time, and the audience is going to be having a good time because they can see you having a good time. There's some sort of contagious behaviour that we have, where we enjoy having a good time when other people are having a good time. Hank from Vlogbrothers actually did a video on this recently where he explains a little bit about contagious behaviour. It's in the link below if you want to have a look at it. It was absolutely amazing. Also, got my tickets signed by the lead singer. Another brilliant thing about going to gigs, especially ones in small venues, you get to meet the bands. So we met Imagine Dragons after the gig because we stayed for a bit later, and me and one of my friends, we had a big chat with the drummer, like just talking to him about this massive bass drum that was there. It's like, do you mind if we have a little go? We didn't get to have a go on it, but it was just nice to sort of like talk to someone who was playing on stage at night. Yeah, we met Lucy and had a chat with him for a bit. It was all brilliant. Then we went out, and I had an absolutely amazing night with my mates. They left this morning. Bit sad to see him go, but yeah, I got mates up here, so it was cool. So, I guess all I'm trying to say is I love going to gigs, and it is brilliant, wonderful. I will always continue to do it as long as there are gigs and they are at reasonable prices. DFTBA Lex, I will see you soon. I did my best there to try and keep my bass face away from whilst I was playing, as my bass face tends to look like something like this.